तिमीको क्लासमध्ये कसैले
म्याम प्लिज रेकर्डिङ अन गरिदिनु है
भइसक्यो भइसक्यो सो Anisha? Anisha?
Azur ma'am.
Can you tell me, look at this curve. Look at this 3 loop curve. Can you tell me its equation?
Ma'am, R equals to sine 3 theta.
R equals to sine A sine 3 theta. Very good. Sine 3 theta bhayo ni A ko value 1 bhayo. A rakhyo bhane we can take any constant in place of A. Yes, good. Okay, so we have done area for all these loops. Yo sabko area bhaisakyo haina. So we have to start with cardioid today. Another polar curve. I hope we haven't done this part. R equals to A cos 2 theta and R equals to A 1 minus cos theta. यो इक्वेसन हेरेको छ हामीले
छैन म्याम
okay then let's look at this. Okay, so let's trace this. Very easy. Okay, first of all, look at the equation for cardioid. Name kina cardioid pare, you will look at curve and you will get to know why is it named as cardioid. And its equation is R equals to A 1 plus cos theta and another cardioid. We have two cardioids. Can be both the smooth curve or random curve. Are they going to be smooth or not? Is the value of R going to increase smoothly and decrease smoothly as the value of theta increases? Quickly. No answer?
स्मुथ नै हुन्छ होला
Of course, it's smooth huncha. Why? You can see only cos theta is changing. Your A is constant, 1 is constant. I know A pani constant or A 1 pani constant. So only cos theta is changing, and you know that cos theta is a smooth curve. So as theta increases, cos theta increases smoothly or decreases, whatever. So R also increases or decreases smoothly as theta increases. Okay, so we are going to take few theta values. Let's take for above initial line values. Theta equals 0, pi by 2 and pi. So what will be the values of R? You are going to get R equals to 2a for theta equals 0. Similarly, when it is pi by 2, what are you going to get?
A.
Now we are, yes, A and then 0 for pi. Pi hunda feri 0. So we have got 3 values, 3 points we can say. We have got 3 polar points. We are going to plot them. Okay, so your first polar point is 2a comma 0. So let us assume it depends on the value of a. Let us assume that this is your 2a distance. Okay, from origin this is 2a units. Okay, so this point will be your 2a comma 0. Now next, at pi by 2 you have got a. Okay, so I want you to also observe the nature of curve, where it is increasing and decreasing. How is it going to increase and decrease? So pi by 2, a comma pi by 2. Next is origin, isn't it? When it is pi, you have got 0, r. Value of r is 0. So you will reach origin when you reach pi. Pi must 0 comma pi. So This is your final point, third point. Now we have already discussed that your values will be either increasing or decreasing, whatever is happening, but it will be smoothly, है ना, random है ना, smoothly increase हुन्छ. So your R, let's observe your R from 0 to pi. What is happening? What is happening from 0 to pi? Increasing or decreasing?
Decreasing, ma'am.
Decreasing, isn't it? किनकि cos theta पनि के हुन्छ 1 देखि 0 हुन्छ pi by 2 सम्म पुग्दा pi by 2 देखि फेरि pi पुग्दा -1 हुन्छ. So cos theta is also continuously decreasing from 0 to pi, continuously decreasing. That means its magnitude is smoothly decreasing from 0 till pi. So that is the reason that R will also be decreasing from 0 to pi continuously, and it will decrease till 0, है ना, 0 सम्म पुग्छ. So what is the maximum and minimum value of R for this curve? Can you tell me? Your R will lie between
0 by 2.
yes, 0 between 0 and 2a, isn't it? R will attain maximum 2a and R will attain minimum 0 value. किनकि cos theta का value minimum -1, maximum 1 हुन्छ, हैन? So that gives you your R. So हाम्रो maximum कता छ? Origin, sorry, starting initial point मा छ theta 0 हुँदाखेरि maximum छ. When we reach pi by 2, we have got half of the value. We have covered half path. We can say कि हामीले half of the journey we have traveled. Okay, from pi by 2 till pi, we have completed our journey. We have reached to our destination 0. है, origin मा पुग्यो. Okay, so now let's do one thing. Let's plot. Let's join all these points smoothly. Okay, यो सबै points हरुले smoothly अब join गरेर हेरौं. So we know, you see we have neglected few theta values. जति धेरै calculation किन गर्नु पर्यो? We know how R is going to change. So we have done what? We have neglected these theta values in between 0 and pi by 2. But what do we know? That your R is decreasing smoothly as your theta is increasing. जस्तै जस्तै हाम्रो theta increase हुँदै गइरहेछ, त्यस्तै त्यस्तै हाम्रो R को value decrease हुँदै गइरहेछ from 2a till 2, sorry, a 2a देखि a सम्म भइरहेछ. Okay, so let's join these two points smoothly. Okay, so what do you see? At 0, theta equals to 0, you have got maximum radius, and then you see this distance is less, origin but your distance and so on, and this is the least distance. Similarly, we will have many theta values in between 0, pi by 2 and pi also. Pi by 2 देखि pi को बीच में पनि we have infinity many theta values, and for all these theta values what's happening? Your R is again decreasing, and finally it will reach origin. Finally it will become 0. So like this, isn't it? A little bit less and less and less and 0 finally. Okay. So yes, any doubt, anyone? This part is clear? Any doubt to anyone? Please ask.
No, ma'am.
Okay. So तिमीको curve कस्तो भयो? Like this. Okay, can you now? You all will tell me what will happen after pi till 2 pi. Pi देखि 2 pi सम्म के हुन्छ? 3 यहाँ बीचमा 3 pi by 2 छ. What will happen from pi till 2 pi?
Symmetry हुन्छ होला.
What do you mean? R will be increasing or decreasing?
R
increase
हुन्छ. 0 देखि 2a हुन्छ कि 2a देखि 0 हुन्छ? Yes, it is increasing. Yes.
0 देखि 2 हुन्छ.
0 देखि
Very good, very good.
Yo.
Yes.
A अनि
Yes.
2A.
Yes, yes, exactly. होइन सो यहाँ 0 छ 3 पाई बाई 2 मा a भयो and then फेरि 2 पाई पुग्दा फेरि 2a हुन पुग्छ. So you put values and you can check होइन. So you have got this shape for your this curve. Now did you get the notion why is it named as cardioid? किन नाम पर्यो cardioid थाहा भयो?
आठ से भर हो क्या?
Exactly. So your actual curve is this. So this is your actual curve. Okay. Now just make a guess how your curve will change its nature for r equals to a1 minus cos theta. For r equals to a1 minus cos theta, how your curve will change? Come on quickly. What?
Mirror image
ठ्याक्कै
हुन्छ
हल्का
y axis.
Yes, you
पप
can
हो
flip it.
त्यस्तै हो त्यही भन्नु खोजेँ.
Yes, very good. Okay, how can you say that? Because you see, for theta equals to 0, yeah, theta, yeah, this is your theta. This is your theta. Okay, मैले delete गर्दाखेरि theta delete. This. For theta equals 0, your r will be minimum 0. होइन? त्यही भएर r minimum भयो. Theta 0, your r is 0, and for theta pi by 2 again it is a, and for theta pi you are going to get 2a maximum. Okay, त्यही भएर is the curve by flip it. So this is again your cardioid. Okay, facing other side. हजुर
एप्पल जस्तो छ.
एप्पल जस्तो अब यसरी हेर्न खोज्यो भने त धेरै शेपहरू हुन्छ नि सेम हैन
हजुर
थुप्रै शेपहरू हुन्छ के भन्छ स्टुडेन्टहरूले एप्पल एउटा त कार्ड्सहरुमा पनि हुन्छ नि कार्ड्सहरुमा पनि शेप हुन्छ अनि what do they say many things हैन यस्तो त धेरै शेपहरू हुन्छ त किन यसलाई रिजेम्बल हार्ट सँग पनि त रिजेम्बल यस किडनी आल्सो स्टुडेन्ट से किडनी आल्सो okay so because it looks like heart also, let's say like that, so its name is cardioid. Okay, now let's see how to find out its area. What is the formula to calculate area for polar curves? Yes, Anisha.
Yes, ma'am.
How do you calculate area of polar curves?
1 by
Use
2 limit r square d theta limit r square d theta.
yes, very good. I know. So you just have to remember your area of sector of a circle. Sector of a circle ko area just ma timako small arc length, let's say d theta भयो and r you know is your radius, so you just remember that and you will be easily able to remember area of polar curves. Now yes, we have to decide. Yeah, r has already decided your cardioid is r equals to a1 plus cos theta and another it is given in your question मा given हुन्छ कि कुन कार्डोइड को लागि एरिया फाइन्ड आउट गर्नु पर्यो. Anuj, can you answer?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you give it a try. What will be your limits of integration? Look at the cardioid. You have to just simply observe till where, from where till where your r is totally different, and from where there is a repetition of the values. So you have to take minimum possible limits of integration, and you have to keep in mind symmetry part. So what will be limits of integration for cardioid, both the cardioids?
0 to pi
Very good, 0 to pi. Okay, and then how much of area you will get from 0 to pi?
into 2 गर्नुपर्छ म्याम
Yes, of course. You have to, for total area of cardioid, you have to multiply by 2, because from 0 to pi, you will get half of the cardioid in a upper portion. Okay?
ए म्याम 0 to 2 पाइ लियो भने त 0 आउँछ होला है। त्यति हामीले झुकेर या कहीँ 0 to 2 पाइ लियो भने त 0 आउँछ होला है आन्सर।
Let's see. Find out गरौँ न हैन answer.
मलाई त्यस्तै लाग्यो। त्यसैले हामीले यो सिमेट्रिक पोर्सनहरु छुट्याउन
सिमेट्री
सबैभन्दा
ल्याउने कारण त्यही त हो नि, कारण त्यही त हो नि, मैले सधैँ रिजनै दिएको छु नि हैन। सिमेट्री किन लिनु पर्यो, किनकि हाम्रो यस्तो सिचुएसन आउन सक्छ। यु हेभ अलरेडी फेस दिस सिचुएसन। 0 देखि 2 पाई हुँदाखेरि के भयो, इफ यु टेक लिमिट्स अफ इंटीग्रेशन 0 to 2 pi, this area gets cancelled with this area and you will get 0 हैन त। यहाँ पनि 0 आउने चान्सेस एकदम हाई छ। जस्ट आई वान्ट यु टु चेक इट आउट अन योर ओन, के आउँछ है, जस्ट चेक। मोस्ट प्रोबेबली यु विल गेट 0. Okay, so if in your exam, if you get question for cardioid, you should remember that your limits of integration will be 0 to pi, 0 to pi. Okay, now let's look at cycloid. Now what is cycloid? Let me clean my screen first. अलि messy भएको रहेछ। So next is cycloid. Cycloid, look at equation and tell me what type of equation is this. We have 4 cycloids. I mean, for cycloid we have 4 equations. So each 4 equation will give you different cycloid. Like we have how many rose petals we have talked about? We have talked about 4 rose petals, 2 cardioids, and cycloid, 4 cycloids. So what type of equation is this? Is this polar equation, parametric equation? Yes, exactly. It's parametric equation. Why? Because you see that x is some function of theta and y is some other function of theta. So x and y are not directly related. Here it is not y equals to some function of x. It is x as some function of theta. Y is also some function of theta. Third parameter depends. So this is parametric equation. And for this parametric equation, let's see how to plot it. Now you see these are your 4 cycloids, and हाम्रो parametric equation मा चाहिँ हाम्रो cycloids एउटा standard equation दिएको छ. Okay, so did I mention in your exam, if you get any such equations, जस्तो हामीले rose petal को कुरा गर्यो, cardioid को कुरा गर्यो, now we will be talking about cycloids. So we will be facing few standard curves. For if you get these curves in your exam, you are not going to do plotting part. Okay, in your exam जुन हामीले अहिले भर्खर प्लटिङ गरिरहेछ त्यो तिमीले एक्जाममा गर्ने हैन, you are going to simply draw your curve. Okay, so you should remember which equation belongs to which curve. Okay, you don't have to do the curve tracing there. Okay, so cycloid, you can see equation is x equals to a theta plus sine theta, y equals to a 1 plus cos theta. So because we are facing sine theta and cos theta here also, so your values are smoothly increasing and decreasing for x and y. So हाम्रो यसमा पनि equation curve जुन चाहिँ smooth curve नै बन्छ. But let's see how to plot polar curve, parametric curves, parametric points. Let's see. Okay, so सबभन्दा पहिला how do you find out any point? You give different value to theta, and you will get different x and y, isn't it? put different value of theta. Theta फरक value दिने त्यसले तिमीलाई respectively you will get x and y. So let's give theta equals to, I'm going to give it 3 values, minus pi, 0 and plus pi. Okay, so why I have chosen these points you will get to realize later. What will be your x for minus pi? What will be your y? What will be your x for theta equals to 0? When it is 0, it's 0. X is also 0. Y will be, yes, what is your x for pi? X and y for pi. Come on, come on.
X is a pi.
And y is
0.
again 0. Okay. So is there anyone who knows how to plot parametric points? We have not only x and y, we have theta also. So how do we deal with this? How do we deal with this?
मैम म त अघि त x र y निकालिसकेपछि x y राखिदिउँला सोचिरहने.
Exactly. Whatever you have thought is correct. Okay. You are going to do theta को value लियो हैन हामीले तर plot गर्दा फेरि we will be plotting only x comma y.
मैम त्यही.
That's what you meant, isn't it? So that's correct. You made a guess, which is correct. Okay. So you have got 3 points and you are going to plot x comma y only. That's why I have used different color for this and different color for theta. But you should not forget for what theta you have got this x and y, okay, because you need to use it. So let's plot these 3 points. अब हामीले plot गर्दा फेरि x comma y plot गर्नेको meaning कसरी plot गर्ने हो त? We are going to plot it as we do Cartesian points. अब यिनीहरुलाई चाहिँ Cartesian points assume गरेर नै plot गर्ने हो. So very easy हैन? You don't have to remember anything. Like polar case मा चाहिँ you have to give it a thought. And r comma theta कसरी plot गर्ने, it's a totally different logic other than x comma y. But in case of parametric curves, you don't have to remember anything. You just remember that you are going to plot it as you do your Cartesian points. Okay, so here also let's use same logic. So let's plot these 3 points one by one. So your first point is minus a pi comma 0. So x ko value negative sa, y ko value 0 sa. So it's a x intercept, right? X intercept भयो somewhere. Let me use this one. Somewhere here, if this distance is a pi distance, if this is a pi distance, then this point is minus a pi comma 0, and your y, your next point is 0 comma 2a, 0 comma 2a. So 2a is greater than a pi or lesser than a pi? 2a
lesser than.
Less.
Okay, less than. So we will have somewhere over here little less than a pi. So this point is 0 comma 2a. Now last point, where will it be? A pi comma 0.
ठ्याक्कै यसको मिरर जस्तै भइहाल्यो त.
Yes, mirror image of minus a pi. So it will be somewhere here. So this is a pi comma 0. Very good. Okay, so now what are we going to do? We are going to join these 3 points. Okay, so we are going to join these 3 points smoothly. Now we have taken only 3 points, but you can take few more points and you will see that those points will lie somewhere over here and here in between these two. Okay, so something like this. So we are going to get one curve here. So which will be like this. When we join these 3 points smoothly, we will get this. Okay, but let me ask you a few questions based on this equation. So we have got one part. Is this your complete curve? My first question. Second question is, are you going to get your points in negative y-axis? Answer this. Are we going to have negative y And are we going to limit our curve here, or we are going to extend this? What's your answer? Look at equation.
Y cannot have negative value.
Very good. I know. How can y have negative value? Cos theta. Yes. के भनेको?
त्यो हजुरले लिइसक्नु भएको छ नेगेटिभ, मतलब माइनस पाई लिइसक्नु भयो, अब हुँदैन होला।
मैले भनेको y नेगेटिभ हुन्छ कि नै, y मैले जुन लिएछु मैले थीटा नेगेटिभ ल्याएको छु हैन, मैले y you see 0 र 2a भयो, तर अरु भ्यालु आएन नि, नेगेटिभ भ्यालु आएको छैन, and you see y will never be negative. Y will never be negative because cos theta को minimum value नै -1 हो हैन। cos a त हामीले सधैं positive assume गर्छौं, whatever a is given in your equation we always assume that it's a positive constant. Okay, so cos theta can never be lesser than -1, so hence your y can never be less than 0. Okay, y will never be negative, so you are not going to get any points in your negative y region. And what else I'm asking, I'm asking that are you going to have your curve in this side? Definitely यहाँ त lie गरेन हैन, negative y side मा lie direction. Can we extend this curve? Can we extend this curve?
For real value of theta 2 pi,
Yes,
3 pi.
yes, exactly. I know. In place of minus theta, we can minus pi. We can take -2 pi, -3 pi, 2 pi, -3 pi, and so on. Okay, so your for you see, let me give you theta values here. This is theta equals minus pi. This is theta equals 0. Theta equals pi, and for theta equals 3 pi, theta 3 pi हुँदा फेरि you will get one more y greater than 2a. y को value 2a भन्दा greater पनि हुन सक्दैन, 0 भन्दा less हुँदैन, 2a greater than. So your another curve will be like this, and then यहाँ 3 pi मा यस्तो arc बन्यो, फेरि 5 pi, and so on. Okay, keep on moving like this, not only in right hand side, in left hand side also, here in this direction also. Okay, and so on till infinity. It's never ending process. Okay, so have you got this part? So it is not possible for you to draw a complete cycloid. So what are we going to do? We are going to show this little arc in both the direction to let you know that this is a repetition. This is a cycle of curves, a cycle of curves. Okay, so let's draw one imaginary line. This green line is an imaginary line of height 2a. So your curve is going to increase and meet this line to come back to floor, and again it will touch 2a height and come back to floor, and so on. Okay, clear? I want to show you one video. Yes, सबैलाई यो clear छ कि छैन? Nobody is answering. मेरो आवाज आउँछ कि आउँदैन? How will I make a guess? Hello, nobody is listening.
ठीक छ म्याम, सुनिरहेको छ।
किन response आउँदैन त तिमीहरुको? This is quite strange.
आज बिहानै उठ्या हुन निन्द्रामै छन् सायद।
बिहान उठेको किन, क्लास थियो कि असेसमेन्ट थियो?
हैन म्याम, त्यही अर्जेन्टिना भर्सेस ब्राजिल थियो फाइनल।
हजुर हजुर, ओके,
गेम हेर्नलाई हो म्याम।
फुटबल okay, I'm searching for the video which I want to show you. Okay, I've got it. Yes, all of you can see this. I have not yet started playing.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So you see how cycloid is formed? How cycloid is formed? Let me play it again. एउटा सर्कल छ सर्कलमा एउटा पोइन्ट फिक्स गरेछ अनि त्यो सर्कल रोटेट हुँदैछ so that point is making your cycloid. You see like this. So this is how your cycloid is formed. Okay. So this is your first cycloid. We have right now discussed our first cycloid. Now we have 3 remaining. Okay, so let's just quickly complete it. Now I'm going to, yes, definitely, because you have 4 cycloids, equation are looking similar. So it will be difficult for you to find out which cycloid belongs to which equation. So I will give you a trick. It's my way of remembering it. You can develop your own method, your own way of remembering whatever cycloids belongs to which equation. So let's observe these all 4 equations. What is going on? You see in first cycloid which we have just discussed, we have got both the sign positive, I know. In x and y we have got only plus sign. Now in second cycloid you can see minus minus छ हैन x र y मा जुन इक्वेसन छ else everything is same. अरु के पनि चेन्ज हुँदैन तिमीको यहाँ माइनस साइन मात्रै आयो हैन and in next case what is happening, you can change your signs again, make it plus and then minus and plus. Okay, alternate sign. So we have got 4 cycloid like this. First having both positive signs, second having both negative sign, third having one plus and other minus, and third having one minus and then other one y plus. Okay, so that's how you have got 4 cycloids. Now definitely your shape will be exactly same, your shape will be same, but its alignment will be different हैन कसरी alignment छ तिम्रो xy plane मा कसरी lie गर्छ, that will be the only difference हैन. So that is decided by its sign. Now let me show you the trick. Let me tell you the trick. When you have both sign same, दुईटा कि त plus plus कि त minus minus छ भने your cycloid will be facing downward. Okay, facing downward. So हाम्रो जुन first cycloid छ it is facing downward, तलतिर झुकेको छ हैन. Facing upward means like this. Okay, facing upward will be like this. So your first two cycloids, your first two cycloids, cycloid number 1 and cycloid number 2, where both have sign, where you have both same sign, will be facing downward. When you have alternate sign, your cycloids will be facing upward for third curve and fourth curve. Done. Is this part clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so next let's draw our cycloids. Now we have already decided that your cycloid will be facing downward and definitely its length and area will all be equal. Then what is the difference between these two cycloids? Can you just think about it? And let me give you a trick. Put
Starting
theta
point
equals to
difference.
0. Put theta equals
Starting
to
point
0.
difference.
Yes, yes, definitely. Starting point को difference भयो. So के गर्दिने सबैमा theta equals to 0 राखेर value हेरौं. So can you tell me what will be your theta when you put theta equals to 0, what will you get x and y for second equation? माथिको हामीले हेरिसक्यो, तलको लागि. I'm talking about this. Second one. Put theta equals to 0.
Origin.
Very good. It will pass through origin because you have got x and y at origin, x0, y0. So your curve will be like this. And so on. And so on. You know अब यसपछि के हुन्छ हैन cycloid. Okay, so let's make a guess of few points. अब चाहिँ हामीले पोइन्ट्सहरु गेस गर्न सकिन्छ है कसरी. Let's talk about this point. First point, we have just discussed 3 theta 0 हुँदा फेरि 0,0. What will be this point? Can you make a guess? What will be your x and y? How much is y? How much is x here? What is the maximum height of y?
2a.
Yes. अनि यहाँ y को sorry x को प्लेसमेन्ट कतिले शिफ्ट भयो? यो कति डिस्टेन्सले शिफ्ट भयो हाम्रो साइक्लोइड?
a pi.
Look at yes, exactly, a pi, isn't it? A pi. So you have got this point as a pi comma 2a. And what will be the value of theta here? What could be the possible value of theta here? Pi ho?
Pi नै होला
Yes. Pi.
Fine.
So when you put pi, you will get this.
Pi.
So what about this point here? What is the value of theta? What is the value of x and y? Here, quickly. Very easy to guess.
थीटा 2 पाई, यसको भ्यालु चाहिँ 2a पाई, y चाहिँ 0.
Very good. 2a pi. यहाँसम्म a pi थियो त यहाँ फेरि अझै a pi डिस्टेन्स छ. So this is total 2a pi x को डिस्टेन्स and comma y चाहिँ के भयो 0 भयो नि हैन, x एक्सिस मा मिट गर्यो and your theta is 2 pi. Theta is 2 pi. And so on. So this is your second cycloid. Now third cycloid. Now you know that your cycloids, rest of the two cycloids will be facing upward. Now you decide यो हाम्रो origin बाट pass हुन्छ कि नहीं. That the only thing you have to decide and you will get to know how your curve looks like. दुईटा कुरा मात्र याद राख्नु पर्यो. अब you know, by now you know that how your cycloid looks like, how is it formed. So let me show you one cycloid curve. Can you see this? Which cycloid is this? Which cycloid? Equation 1 ko ki, second ko ki, which one? First, you know, first cycloid. So let me show it here. So this is a first cycloid. Okay. Never ending curve. Yes, third one. Okay. Third one, x equals to a, theta plus sine theta, y equals to a, 1 minus cos theta. So पहिला sine plus छ, फेरि minus छ. त यो origin बाट pass गर्छ कि नहीं? Just decide that and you will get to know what type of cycloid you have got. Is it passing through origin?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, exactly. It is passing through origin. So your curve is facing upward like this. Okay, again, you know that y will be maximum 2a and minimum 0. Y को value 0 र 2a को बीचमा मात्रै लाए गर्छ. अनि यो जुन x को distance छ, this distance is a pi distance. You know, you have to just keep this in mind and you can find out points and theta values respectively. Okay, so let's talk about its points. Pointsहरु पनि थाहा हुनु पर्यो. So your points, can you make guess of this point? First point. X is how much unit?
A pi minus a pi.
Exactly, minus a pi. And what about y? What about
2a.
y? 2a. Very good, 2a. Okay, can you make guess of theta? Here, what is the value of theta here?
So minus pi.
Yes. And this middle one point, you are very well aware. I'm not going to talk about it. What about this point?
This is a theta is equal to pi, and it's a pi comma 2a.
Very good. Okay. So similarly, we can draw last curve. Now I'm not going to ask you. You all know what's happening next way and next curve. Your curve will be like this because it is not passing through origin, because your last curve is not passing through origin. So shift its position by a pi distance. You can check. You are not going to get 0, 0 here. So what is your theta and xy values? Let's make a guess. This first point के छ यहाँ थीटा 0 राख्दा फेरि के आउँछ थीटा 0 राख्दा फेरि x 0 y 2a हैन so 0, 2a. And what is this? What point is this? What is the value of theta here for rest of the two values? So how much is x distance? And your y is 0. So what is your theta? The last one. Your last one is 2a pi distance by x को अनि y को चाहिँ 2a distance भयो. So what is your theta? मैले theta चाहिँ आफै guess गरेको है. You can check. मैले त यतिकै guess गरेको check. यो same values theta को value 2 pi put गर्दाखेरि यो आउँछ कि आउँदैन. Theta को value pi put गर्दाखेरि यो आउँछ कि आउँदैन. Just make sure. Okay? आयो कि आएन? Yes class.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
अब के doubt छ? Any doubt? Any doubt to anyone?
Maybe Rose Petal Cycloid question चाहिँ कसरी सोध्छ एक्जाममा?
हामीले last time गरेछ हैन त? Same नै त हो नि? Find the area of the curve for this equation.
हामी यसमा सोध्ने त्यही एरिया मात्र हैन
ए होइन हैन हाम्रो बाकी दुईटा बाकी नै छ नि rectification and volume and surface area.
ए जस्तै मात्र सोध्छ यो कर्भै गर्न त सोध्दैन नि पुरै
No tracing.
ए हस् म्याम.
Okay. So हामीले ट्रेसिङ अब क्लासमा गरिसक्यो. तिमीहरूले अब यो कर्भहरू फेरि ट्रेस गर्नै पर्दैन. तिमीहरूको यो इक्वेसन लेखेपछि डाइरेक्टली कर्भ यो हो भनेर कर्भ देखाए भइहाल्छ है. जस्ट यु क्यान सिम्पली ड्र यर कर्भ. यु नीड नट टु डु द ट्रेसिङ पार्ट. Alright? No tracing for polar curves, no tracing for parametric curves, no tracing required for your few standard Cartesian curves also. जुन हाम्रो random इक्वेसनहरु थियो नि जुन मैले तिमीले आफै प्लट गर भनेर दिएको थिएँ लास्ट टाइम एज अ होमवर्कमा दिएको थिएँ कि हामीले क्लासमा डिसाइड गरेको थिएँ. I exactly don't remember, but for those curves you may have to do the plotting because they are not standard हैन. त तिमीले कुन इक्वेसनको लागि कुन कर्भ हो भनेर याद गर्न त पोसिबल छैन नि. त्यो चाहिँ तिमीले एक्जाममा प्लट गर्न पर्न सक्छ. Let me show you which curve I am talking about. I am talking about these equations. हैन यो जुन 4-5 वटा इक्वेसन हामीले हेरेछ नि कार्टेशियन कर्वको लागि यो चाहिँ जुन छ तिमीहरूले यो यिनीहरु चाहिँ प्लटिङ गर्नु पर्न सक्छ because they are not standard curves, so you cannot remember a square x square equals to y square a square minus x square को लागि तिमीहरुको कर्व कस्तो छ. For this you have to do plotting हैन. But for these curves, rose petals and cardioid, and just keep this in mind कि जुन जसलाई हामीले नामसँग पढेछ नि जुन कर्वलाई हामीलाई नाम लिएर पढेछ त्यो चाहिँ तिमीहरूले ट्रेसिङ गर्नु पर्दैन. ओके. अनि अरु पनि ट्रेसिङ गर्नु पर्यो भने तिमीले सिम्पली you are not going to go too much in depth. You have to just mention its symmetry, does it pass through origin or not, what about its region and asymptote. यति मेन्सन गरेर तिमीले कर्व शो गरे पुगिहाल्छ हैन. Okay, yes. Any other doubts? यसमा बेस्ड हामीले क्वेशन कार्टेशियन को लागि पनि गरेछ न प्यारामेट्रिक को लागि पनि गरेछ न. So we will do it next time. Any other queries? We have done few one polar curve and one parametric curve. So from today onwards, you should remember all these standard curves: rose petal, cardioid, cycloid. Cycloid bhanna sath you should remember, oh, it's a cycle of curve. And a cardioid bhanna sath you should remember, oh, it's a heart shaped curve. Rose petal means rose petals looking petals of a rose looking shape, that means loops. Okay, so yes, that's all for today. तिमीको क्लासेस यसपछि खाली छ कि छैन?